Hi, my name is Juju Gonzalez-Moreno. I am a senior studying psychology and Latina studies, and today at 940 Feet, we'll be interviewing Professor Velez, who is a part of the Gender Women Studies and Latino Studies departments. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you and what is your expertise?
Yeah, so my name is Emma Velez, and I'm an assistant professor in gender and women's studies. I am originally from Oklahoma, the Chicanx OP, and my areas of specialty are in Latinx Feminisms and feminist philosophy, and I'm also really interested in conversations about justice in transnational context.
That's awesome. What is your favorite course to teach and why?
Yeah, so my favorite class to teach is a class that I actually brought to the U of I. It's called Latinx Feminisms. It's a really fun class where we get to explore, what does the X in Latinx mean? Where did that term come from? Kind of consider some of the debates around it. And then we also think about unique traditions of feminist thinking and concepts, like theories of the flesh. And that class ends in a podcast project, which is super fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. What's a project you're currently working on that you're excited about?
Yeah, so I'm currently working on my book, which I'm really excited about. I finished the manuscript and I'm ready to get it into the next stages of production. And in that book, I'm really thinking about cultural stories that come from Latinx communities, like the story of La Llorona, La Malinche, and La Virgen de Guadalupe. And to really think, what are the lessons that those stories hold? Why have they persisted? And what do they have to teach us about engaging in feminist praxis?
Is there anything new in your field that has sparked your curiosity lately?
Yeah, so I think that there's some really interesting work right now that's engaging in the imagination. So I'm really thinking about Alexis Pauline Gumbs' work or Sadia Hartman's work. I think they really invite us to think about what it means to address some of the historical harms and wounds that we carry with us, and to use our imaginations and think about other possible worlds.
That's awesome. Can you share any impactful experiences you've had with students in the classroom?
Yeah, so there's so many, because our students at the U of I, like you, are awesome. And I really love this podcast project that I do with students. I always learn so much. And I also do this project in my GWS 100 course, where I invite students to use their critical imaginations to envision a more just future. And I'm always blown away by the things that our students come up with. I've had students make architectural plans for more inclusive community centers, choreographed dances, poems, all kinds of stuff. It just blows me away every time.
That sounds really sick. What do you find most rewarding about being a professor?
Oh, working with the students. For me, as someone who came from a rural community who didn't really see a path in higher ed for myself, getting to work with our students and really help them to develop and grow and achieve their goals is, to me, that's what the work is about.
It's awesome. How do you see your areas of study equipping students for life after U of I?
I think that gender women's studies, ethnic studies, philosophy, these are all fields that really allow us to kind of question, why are things the way that they are? Ask, about how power is working, and also to envision alternatives that are, more contributing to a place where everyone can flourish and thrive. So, that's, I think, skills that really contribute to everybody. With those critical thinking, the skills that also allow us to be fierce advocates for our communities.
I totally agree. All right, ready for rapid fire?
Let's go.
All right, what's one piece of advice you would give to your 18-year-old self?
I would say, let's slow down, let's breathe, let's explore. Because I think, that's really the time to try all kinds of stuff, because that's the time we're really learning about ourselves, who we are.
Describe LAS in 3 words.
I would say LAS, interdisciplinarity, thrives here.
Coffee or tea, and where would you get it?
For me, it's cafecito all the way. I gotta have that caffeine boost to get through my day. And I like to go to Cafe Bene. It's real close to the Gender Women's Studies department.
I love some cafecito. What is your favorite place to eat on campus?
So I would say the food trucks, usually, if I'm trying to get something fast. But I also like to grab a slice at Manolo's. Again, that's pretty close to my office over by GWS.
What is your favorite season on campus and why?
I love the spring. The spring is so great because, after a hard Midwest winter, we gotta have the flowers, all the little critters come out to play. It's my favorite time.
That's great.
Also the cherry blossoms at Japan House in the spring.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Who is another professor at U of I whose work has captivated you?
Yeah, so, there's so many amazing people working at the U of I that I've been able to learn about their work, but I think my colleague, Professor Damian Vergara Bracamontes, is doing some really, really important and timely work on policing in Latinx communities, which I think is super relevant for what's going on in the world right now.
Okay, campus squirrels, are they overrated or underrated?
I love the critters, so for me, they're underrated.
Okay, and my final question to you is, orange or blue?
It's blue for me.
Well, thank you for talking with me, and thank you for joining us on 940 Feet.